Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. Today we're going to be taking a look at a technique I call the brush strum. Now this is great for anybody that has problems dropping their pick or their pick kind of getting away from them when you're doing 16th note funk strumming. Basically the technique is kind of brushing the side of the pick across the top of the strings. Now using this technique will give you a couple different benefits. First of all, a lot less string resistance with the pick, which is usually the problem with people dropping them. And it also gives you a nice warm mellow sound that kind of sits way back in the mix. And finally I'm going to show you how you can mix this technique with standard strums to really make those stand out. Make sure you come by TastyGuitar.com, get the free tab for this lesson by subscribing on the bottom of the home page. And now you can also support Tasty Guitar on Patreon. For just $5 a month, you get access to a patron-only live stream, early access to YouTube videos, and a full tab collection. Tune up and let's get started. Alright guys, so let's first talk about the technique a little bit here. If you're used to standard strumming, you know that your pick is kind of, for most people, perpendicular to the strings, making contact, getting underneath the strings on the upstrokes. But with this technique, we're basically going to be gliding on top of the strings. So you're going to take your pick and basically use the side of it, kind of the leading edge of the pick, the side of it, and that is going to basically be gliding, brushing just the tops of the strings. So if I were going to play a measure of 16th notes, you know that you're doing it right if you get kind of that brush sound. At no point so far am I getting underneath the strings at all. Just turning the pick over to the side on the leading edge, brushing it against the top of the strings. First I'm going to demonstrate on just your standard strumming technique. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to use this brush technique. Notice how much darker and back in the mix it sounds. Again. A little bit quicker now. Alright, now as cool as this technique is for kind of giving you more pick control, giving you a nice mellow tone that sits way back in the mix, occasionally you're going to want to hear some strums that stand out. Alright, the first measure of this example is pretty much identical to the previous example, except on the last strum you are going to go ahead and play most of that 9 chord there. Instead of holding it like this, go ahead and bar your 3rd finger across the 7th fret so you can get that B note up on top on the high E string. It's going to give you a little bit of brightness. So starting off just on the brush strum, but then on that final strum there, you're going to go to the full chord and really nail it. Alright, in the second measure of this rhythm, almost identical to what we did in the first example, but again, we're going to hit a strong down strum on a full chord there, and this time putting it on the 3rd 16th note of beat 3. So you have this. Again. Now let's play the full rhythm. Alright, on this final example, we're now going to mix in a couple strums that give accents on the upstrokes. Here we get that dark sound from the brush stroke, and then you get those nice top end accents.